What's up, Steelers Nation? Welcome back to the channel, your go-to source for everything Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive into today's hot topics, let's take a moment to celebrate how far this team has come. The Steelers are locked in on one goal: continuous improvement to deliver results that we, the fans, can be proud of. If you love the black and gold as much as we do, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's talk about George Pickens' latest finds and how Arthur Smith is transforming the Steelers' offense into a powerhouse. George Pickens is no stranger to headlines, and unfortunately, not all of them are positive. The NFL fined him again for 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties during the Steelers' thrilling 44-38 win over the Bengals in Week 13. In the first quarter, Pickens celebrated a big 47-yard reception by pointing finger guns toward the stands. In the third quarter, after a 36-yard catch, he dropped the ball on a Bengals player. Both actions drew flags, costing the Steelers 30 crucial yards. The penalties mark the third time this season that Pickens has been fined, bringing his total to 6 fines in just 3 seasons. While his talent on the field is undeniable, Pickens has 55 catches for 850 yards and 3 touchdowns this year. His emotional outbursts are becoming a costly trend. Pickens is a fiery competitor, and that energy is part of what makes him such a dynamic player. But there's a fine line between passion and recklessness, and Pickens has crossed it too many times. For a team like the Steelers, who are battling for playoff positioning at 9-3, every yard counts. Pickens' penalties are not just a personal issue, they impact the entire team. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith has likely addressed this with Pickens behind closed doors, as the team needs him to channel his fire into making plays, not drawing flags. Let's shift gears to some positive news. The Steelers' offense has undergone a major transformation under Arthur Smith, who replaced Matt Canada as offensive coordinator. This move was a turning point for Pittsburgh, a franchise that rarely makes mid-season coaching changes. Smith brought a fresh approach, emphasizing physicality, precision, and playing to the strengths of his roster. Tight end Pat Freiermuth has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of this change. In an interview with Steelers insider Mark Kaboly, Freiermuth highlighted the stark differences between Smith and his predecessor. "I don't want to take a shot at anybody, but being able to talk ball with Arthur and getting everyone on the same page is special," Freiermuth said. "He connects with us on a personal level, which makes a huge difference." Under Smith, Freiermuth has emerged as a critical piece of the Steelers' offense. Through 12 games, he's already surpassed his 2023 stats with 41 catches, 422 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Smith's system, which prioritizes tight ends, has allowed Freiermuth to shine. What's even more impressive is the camaraderie Smith has fostered within the unit. Players are buying into his system, and it shows on the field. The offense is finally clicking, and the energy is palpable. The Steelers' offensive progress is undeniable, but it hasn't been without challenges. Smith inherited one of the least productive offenses in the league, and turning things around mid-season is no easy feat, but his work ethic, preparation, and ability to connect with players have been pivotal. Russell Wilson has found a rhythm under Smith, and the offense as a whole feels more dynamic. Whether it's the deep threat of Pickens, the reliability of Freiermuth, or the ground game with Najee Harris, the pieces are starting to come together. Looking ahead, the Steelers are in a strong position at 9-3, but they can't afford to lose focus. With Pickens' penalties in the spotlight and the offense still finding its identity, there's plenty of work to be done. For Pickens, this is a chance to prove he can balance his passion with discipline. And for Smith, it's an opportunity to solidify his vision for the Steelers' offense as the team pushes toward the playoffs. When the Steelers entered the 2024 season, the outlook was uncertain. With changes at quarterback and questions at wide receiver, many doubted this team could rise to the challenge. Fast forward to Week 14, and the narrative has shifted dramatically. Sitting atop the AFC North, the Steelers are not just playoff hopefuls, they're legitimate contenders. With a top 10 offense, a ferocious defense, and a roster that's meshing at the right time, this team has surpassed expectations. When a Hall of Famer like Bill Cowher speaks, Steelers Nation listens. The former coach, who led the Steelers for 15 seasons and delivered a Lombardi Trophy in Super Bowl 40, recently shared his thoughts on the 2024 squad during an appearance on KDKA. "They still have to play the Eagles and the Chiefs. Those will be great litmus tests for them," Cowher said. "But I don't see a weakness. If they stay healthy, I think they can match up against anybody in the AFC or NFC on any given Sunday. Let that sink in. A coach who knows what it takes to build a championship team believes this year's Steelers are as balanced and dangerous as they come. One of the biggest surprises this season has been the offense. Going into the year, many expected this group to be the team's Achilles heel. But under new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, they've become a top 10 scoring unit, providing a perfect complement to the Steelers' dominant defense. Russell Wilson, who took over as starting quarterback earlier this season, has been pivotal. At 9-3, the Steelers owe much of their success to Wilson's leadership and ability to execute in clutch moments. There's no sugarcoating it. How far the Steelers go in 2024 hinges on Russell Wilson. When Wilson is on his game, this offense looks unstoppable. But as we saw in the Week 12 loss to the Browns, inconsistency can be costly. In that matchup, Wilson's stagnant play in the pocket allowed Cleveland's defense to dictate the game. But the veteran has shown resilience, bouncing back with more comfortable performances as he grows into Arthur Smith's system. If Wilson can maintain his form and avoid costly mistakes, the Steelers have every reason to believe they can compete with AFC powerhouses like the Chiefs. The Steelers' 2024 resume is already impressive. Wins over playoff-caliber teams like the Falcons, Chargers, Broncos, Ravens, and Commanders showcase their ability to rise to the occasion. But the true test lies ahead. Matchups against the Eagles and Chiefs, both Super Bowl teams in 2022, will reveal just how ready this team is for a deep postseason run. These games aren't just about wins and losses, they're about measuring Pittsburgh's progress against the NFL's elite. While the offense has been a revelation, the Steelers' defense remains their backbone. A unit capable of suffocating opponents and creating turnovers is exactly what you need in January football. Cowher, known for his defensive mind, pointed to this balance as a key reason why he believes in the 2024 Steelers. With stars like T.J. Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Joey Porter Jr. leading the charge, this defense is built to thrive in high-stakes situations. The quest to end the playoff drought. It's hard to believe, but the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. For a franchise with such a storied history, that drought feels like an eternity. This year, however, feels different. The pieces are in place, a balanced roster, smart coaching, and a veteran quarterback who's been to the top of the mountain. If the Steelers can maintain their momentum and execute in critical moments, there's every reason to believe that streak will come to an end. All right, Steelers Nation, now it's your turn. What do you think about George Pickens' latest finds? Should he tone down his celebrations, or is the NFL being too strict? And how do you feel about Arthur Smith's impact on the offense so far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Steelers content. Week 14 is coming up fast, and we're here for every moment. Let's go, Steelers Nation, here we go.